right, I can't see who's in here, but let me see. DJ Caddy, that's right. I'm the more handsome, in shape version of DJ Caddy, though. Let's not forget that, all right? Because DJ Caddy's beard is not as flawless as my beard, all right? I don't want to toot my own horn here. Amazing beard. See, Benjamin, you agree? I agree, bro. Takes a lot of work, all right? Y'all heard it here first. I have the best beard on YouTube, all right? Don't let nobody lie to you. Right here on Conspiracy University, the best beard on YouTube, all right? But that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're here for today, to talk about my flawless beard. We're here to talk about the attack on marriage, all right? How there's an attack on the male and female dynamic, all right? You see everyone on YouTube, on social media, that men hate women, right? Women hate men. Nobody wants to get married. There's a freaking movement called the Passport Bros, all right? Because apparently there's not enough women that's good enough for them. Yo, it's DJ Caddy. Yeah, we just went through that, bro. We just covered that. My beard's better, way better than DJ Caddy, right? And y'all can tell him I said it. He knows. Mr. Caddy knows that Conspiracy University has the best beard on YouTube. There's no disputing that, all right? It's a fact. Now, back to what I was saying. The attack on marriage, the attack on the relationship. Apparently, there's a movement going on that, well, there's a few movements, right? Y'all know there's a few of them. There's no need to name them, the whole red pill thing, right? Now, if you have trouble, if you have issues finding you a decent woman here in America, then you got bigger problems, all right? You got way bigger problems. There's something probably wrong with you that you need to address if you're not able to find you a good woman here in America, all right? Now, I'm not saying that, it's necessarily just a really bad thing, right? Anything's fixable. It's all fixable. Trust me, everything's fixable. As far as a man, right? I can only tell you from a man's perspective. From a woman, I couldn't tell you. But from a man's perspective, it can't be that serious. If you got all your limbs, you're able to get up and move around, work, do some exercise, not all is lost, all right? There's always hope. The first thing you need to do is take care of your hygiene, all right? Men, take care of your hygiene. And I promise you, if you're always clean and you smell good all the time, I promise you, someone's gonna want you, all right? It may not be the woman that you want or like the woman of your dreams, all right? But if you clean your body properly, you wash your ass right, you put on some cologne, keep a nice haircut, iron your clothes, I promise you, somebody's gonna want you. Now, hygiene, all right? Most important, your hygiene. Of course, you gotta have manners, be real respectful. Secondly, all right, for men, remember, this is just for the men. I can't speak for the women. I know a lot of these podcasts on YouTube and all these relationship people, they speak for women. They speak for both sides, right? When that's not the case, you can't do that. As a man, you cannot speak for the women's side. You can't. So, hygiene, most importantly. Secondly, you gotta be handy, man. You gotta be a handyman, man. All right. You gotta be able to do some simple shit, like change a tire, change your oil. All right. If one of the door hinges in the house falls off if the door falls off the hinges, you gotta be able to go in there and get your tool bag and fix it. Okay. Simple shit. I'm not telling you gotta be Bob the Builder here or an architect. You just gotta know how to do some simple shit. If your lady has a flat tire somewhere and she can't call you to come change her flat tire, you're worthless to her, all right? You are worthless to her. Now, nothing makes you feel less like a man than having another man change your tire. Yes, bro. I could not sit there and watch another man change the tire of my wife's. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. All right, that's just me. But I'm telling you, a woman is going to notice this type of shit. All right. If let's just say you're trying to court a female, this girl you're very interested in, you like her a lot, right? She's everything you want. Y'all talking on the phone one day and she tells you something happened. Oh, my vehicle, I need to go get its oil changed, or I need to do something like that. That's your key right there. That's your way in right there. Tell her, man, don't worry about it. Don't take your oil to go get changed. I'll be over there and I'll go change the oil for you. I promise you, you're going to get in there with that, just with that alone. All right. If you're already talking and she's feeling you a little bit, you're in there, bro. All right. Now, I'm not saying you got to know how to drop the whole engine and replace the transmission. All right. That's not what I'm saying. Can't everybody be like me. All right. Toot my own horn every now and then. Now, if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to learn how to do it. Because I promise you, YouTube has a video for everything. And I mean everything. All right. I bled my brakes the other day. And I ain't going to lie, I didn't know how to bleed the brakes completely by myself. I learned. YouTube taught me. I figured it out. All right. Trial and error. But like I said, you want to get you a girl, these are some things that you have to do. You got to do it. And I promise you, you're gonna come back with you're gonna have a girlfriend. You're gonna get married with all the things that you want in life as far as a relationship. But hygiene, all right. You got to be a handyman. Now this one right here, this next one, this the sauce right here, all right. This the good stuff. Now, if she has siblings, younger siblings, or maybe she was raised by a single mom, even better, right? And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm just saying even better. Because if you're trying to get a female, you're trying to court her. Let's just say her mom's a single mom, or the father's no longer around. You get into the mom's good graces, you're in there. All right, done deal. If the mom likes you, you're in there. If she got younger siblings, you might want to stop by the house one day and come bring them something. Bring them a Happy Meal. Shit, I don't know, anything, right? Take them to the park. Go do something. If the little siblings like you, you're in there. If her mom likes you, you're in there. Now, if you smell like shit, you're not in there. All right. So remember, hygiene, very, very important. When you walk into the house to meet the mom, and you got on some good cologne, and she gets a whiff of that, bro, it's over. Right? It's over. You clean cut. You got your clothes ironed. Don't fuck around. Let the mom need her oil change. You change the mom's oil, it's over. You're in there. All right. These little simple things that are gonna make sure you get a woman. All right. You ain't gonna stay single. Nobody wants to stay single. All right. Nobody wants to stay single. Men don't hate women. Yeah. When it gets to the marriage part, the shit is hard. The shit is extremely hard. All right. Now, can't everybody talk on that, right? Not everybody's married with children. Okay, I have the credentials it takes to give these tips and advice that I'm giving, all right? I've been married 10 years now, over 10 years, all right? I'm past the 10-year mark. I got 3 children. They're all young, little children, all right? So trust me when I tell you, this shit is hard. Like, it's just the hardest thing I've ever had to do in life. And I've done some hard shit. I've been through some shit. But ain't nothing been harder than this whole having a family, being a good present father and a husband. Nothing been harder, because whenever you want to do it and you do it good, and if you're striving to be an excellent good father and husband, it's hard. The shit ain't, you can't just clock in and do your 8-hour nine. It's shit's hard. Because what do I do? My man cheated on me and destroyed our 5-year. Leave him. Well, if he hurt you, he hurt you. You need to leave him. Unless you have children. Now, I'll say this, look, sometimes people make mistakes, all right? Sometimes people fuck up. Is it really worth you throwing away 5 years of your life because, he made a mistake? Now, it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. And I'm also not saying that, he automatically deserves a second chance. But at the end of the day, he's a man, and people aren't perfect. People make mistakes. If he's showing remorse, if he's showing you that he wants to change, he wants to be with you, if he's making the steps to show you that he is sorry, then why would you not? Why would you not, Doesn't mean he doesn't love you just because he did that. If he keeps doing it and he continues doing it, then yeah, he don't love you. He don't give a shit about you. You shouldn't give a man your all and he doesn't give it back. It's got to be a mutual thing here. But if you're just gonna no kids, if y'all ain't got no children, if y'all don't have a family, y'all haven't put y'all money together to buy assets together and all that, then what do you lose really? But nobody could tell you that, right? You got to do that by yourself. You got to think about that on your own. Let's see. What's up? Hey, what's up, Murdad? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I apologize. I respect your effort to try to be a good father. Hey, I appreciate that, man, because I tell you what, as a man, you don't hear that type of shit a lot, right? And as a man, only a man knows how hard that shit is, because I tell you, I could just come, clock in and give the bare minimum, and I'll be all right. It'll be easy. But whenever you want to be a good father, man, that shit is 10 times harder than just being a regular normal father who just comes to work, right, and does his normal shift. The shit is hard. And I mean hard. I got to go out of my way every single day to make sure my children are safe. Every single day. I got to sacrifice my social life, right, which is not a big deal because I don't give a shit about the social life. But there are certain things that I want to do sometimes. There's places that I want to go. Just me and the wife, But I tell you what, I'm not leaving my children nowhere at all. I'm just not doing it. No one's going to protect my children the way I do. And I don't expect nobody else to, because it's not their children. It's my children. No one's going to love my children as much as I love them. And I don't expect no one to. They're my children. But, my children are homeschooled. There's another thing, right? I'm always with my children or my wife. Or they're always with me, they're always with her. Ain't no babysitter place where you're just gonna go drop them off and just leave them there. And that is, I got my family, my mother's in my life, but nobody is going to respect your boundaries that you have for your children the way you do. Again, I don't expect anybody to, but there's another sacrifice that you got to make. Ain't no going out somewhere. Ain't no leaving the children somewhere to go out and have a good time and get drunk. Don't worry about it. We'll pick them up in the morning. Ain't none of that shit. Mrs. Conspiracy, you amaze me. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. But, like I said, there's a lot of sacrifices that got to be made. And some of those sacrifices people ain't ready to make. That's why you got all these single mothers out here nowadays. That's why you got a lot of fathers who get up and bounce and leave, right? Because when the shit gets hot, can't everybody do it? It ain't for everybody. If it were easy, everybody would have 2-parent households. Everybody would be married with a happy family right now. But it ain't easy. The shit's hard. And whenever you want to do it good and be really good at it, it's even harder. But it's all worth it, right? Does your girlfriend, wife work? No, man, my wife, she's a stay-at-home wife. Right? And that's our choice, right? That's our decision, because again, most importantly, the children, right? The children come first. That's what it's all about. They tell me you can't be selfish with why can't I be selfish with my children? That shit makes no sense, right? Whatever societal standards are, whatever the norm is, whatever is the thing to do, I just don't do it, right? It doesn't work like that. So in order for my children to be safe 100%, it's only best that my wife stays home and I go out and work. And that's how we gonna do it. Trad wife. Yes ma'am, Anna. Yes ma'am. That's I agree. I definitely agree with that, right? Like, I understand that it's a hard job staying home with the children, because when I'm at home with my 3 little ones, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I don't hit my children. I don't hit them. But sometimes I want to kick them in the goddamn head sometimes, right? Because they're children, right? They're children. I love them though, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But it's hard. It is hard. So I'm not telling everybody that, you should be married and, do it this way and do it. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you love your children, this is what you're going to do, right? You're going to make these sacrifices. because nothing else matters, and it's worth it. It's all worth it. It really is, because y'all know, if you're whoever's here listening right now, if you're a parent and you know you love your children, which I mean I would assume you do, then y'all know it's all worth it. In those days when you're stressed out, or you know you feeling down, and one of them comes up to you and gives you the hug, or does something right that just makes it all worth it, and you tell yourself, man, it's all worth it. I'll do this shit over and over again if I have to. I'll go work 2 or 3 jobs and bust my ass all day outside in the sun if I have to, just so I can know that my babies are all right, and it's all worth it, right? You know, hopefully when they get older and they become real successful, then that's when I get to kick back. They take care of me. You know, I got 3 children, and you know, I'm not saying one of them's any better than the other, but my oldest, that boy he gonna be all right. He gonna be able to take care of me and his mom. I'm pretty sure of that. But even if you don't, right? None of that matters, because there's always gonna be somewhere for them to go. I'm never gonna just kick them out whenever they turn 18. Oh, y'all gotta get out, go find a job, do this or do that. Like, nah, you know, I'm one of those parents. My babies ain't gotta go nowhere. I'd prefer my babies to stay with me, right? Which I know they can't. They can't do that all their life. They gotta get out and, you know, they get their wings. They gotta go fly on their own. But I would prefer if I could have my children stay with me, and, you know, hopefully I get me a big old property, a big piece of land where I can build all of us a house on it. And, you know, they have their own families and start their own families. And, you know, I wake up and I can go outside and walk next door and my babies are right there. In a perfect world, right? I don't get it, and I don't understand this whole, when kids, they turn 18, oh, they can't wait to get out the house. Do y'all not see that that's the problem? That's the problem. Your children cannot wait to get away from you when they turn 18 to leave the house. That right there should tell people, like, well, damn, maybe we should stop doing shit like this, right? Maybe we should stop listening to society and not do that. You can be selfish with your children. They are your children. You don't have to send them to public school. You know, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to. They're your children. What you say right here? It was so hard being kicked out at 17, having to find money for rent and bills, etc. And also try to grow myself without getting stuck in the shit job. Just fight. Yeah, man. That's I can't even lie. That sucks, man. That really does. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know the whole story, right? I'm not saying maybe you was a bad kid, right? Maybe you was a really bad kid. But if you wasn't, if you were just a normal kid, you shouldn't. I mean, I don't think you should be kicked out at 17. Just like now, you know. Yes, your parents should be able to teach you the skills that you're gonna need and show you how to be an adult. That's the whole point, right? That's school right there. What better schooling than right there at home? That's where you're supposed to teach your children. That's where they're supposed to learn everything. Honestly, I really don't give a shit about the whole school system. I really don't, like, at all. And this is coming from somebody who like I was always gifted and talented. I was always in accelerated classes. Like, I soared in school. But I still don't give a shit about it. And I really don't give a damn if my children receive the entire education that they need from this school system, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna have them do what they gotta do to get so they can get their diploma, to give them to shut them the hell up, right? To shut the people the hell up around whoever's in charge of this shit. But if I had it my way, I wouldn't even want to check them into school at all. Ain't nobody gonna teach my children better than what I can teach them. No teacher, nobody can. And then I gotta deal with teachers and their political affiliation and things they want to push, or, you know, the way, just, I gotta deal with all that shit at school. It's too much. I already gotta throw my children to the wolves almost daily, right? Why am I gonna just, I'm not having that. Besides USA, it's actually the norm in other cultures that kids stay with parents and take care of them till they are married and have their own family. Yeah. That is, you know, my wife, she's Mexican, you know, and I see the difference. I see it all the time, right? Like, even with the you know, like with the whole Muslim and the Indian culture, you know, the whole Middle Eastern culture, right? Like, they all stay together, right? They all get their businesses over here. They open up stores, washaterias, car washes. They bring their family members in. their sons come and work, the in-laws come and work. They all come together and they build their community, right? Yeah, we might not like the way that they treat us, right? Or the way they act with us sometimes, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't admire the way they are as a family and community. Like, I like that. Like, that shit right there is badass. If I could have a big business and all my children work there, and then their spouses, and then their children, and that's how you're supposed to do it, right? In my opinion, how I feel. I feel like not only am I taking care of my family, handling business, I'm also contributing to society, to my community, right? Because whoever my sons marry, I have 2 sons and I have a little daughter, right? It's not, I don't want to have to talk about my daughter being married one day. Who knows, right? She might not ever. But when my sons, whoever they decide to marry, their spouses, and this isn't even me trying to be like, I'm not even trying to brag, all right? Whoever my sons marry, they're going to be lucky. Like, very lucky. Their fathers are going to love my children, my sons. Their mothers are going to love my sons. Like, my sons are going to make great husbands one day. And, that's because of their parents, right? Like, we putting in the work. So, again, I'm contributing to society. Not that society is going to do anything for me, right? Or give anything back to me. You can't expect that, but I'm still contributing to society. My sons are going to make some badass husbands, right? Like, they're going to do everything. And there's nothing that breaks them. If anything breaks in my crib, it don't matter what it is. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to take care of it. Anything. And if I don't know how, I'll be down if I get some other man to come into my house to come fix shit in my crib. Like, I just can't do it. Sometimes you got to give. Sometimes. But my sons are learning all the same things that I know. And then they're going to be better. So it's all going to be worth it. All of it, right? What's more important than family? Now, of course, there's always people that would rather remain single and not be married. And me personally, I can't understand not wanting to grow old with a family, right? I don't understand it. And this is me being a person who's considered like an introvert, right? Like, I don't like being around nobody. I don't like fucking with nobody. I don't like being around nobody. But I still don't see anything that could be better than growing old with my family. Things that I created, things that me and my wife created, watch them grow and become, better versions of ourselves. Like, what more could we want, right? It's a beautiful thing, yo. It really is. Whenever you have a child and you see the child being born, it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's like a high on some type of like drug that I've never like, don't get me wrong, like I was wild. I was crazy. I was a little crazy in my younger days. So I've tried some things, right? I've experimented with certain, but when I saw my son being born, my first child, I shit you not, y'all, I felt like I was on some ecstasy or like Molly or something. I could not understand. I could not, whatever was going on, I couldn't comprehend it. Like, there's a human life. There's a person, a little bitty human person that just came out of someone's stomach. Like, y'all, the shit is crazy. There's nothing that could top that for me through all my experiences in life. Nothing could top it. It's a beautiful thing, though. It really is a beautiful thing. And for somebody not to want that, then it's crazy, right? It really is crazy. It really is. But it's not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing. I just feel like it's such a beautiful thing that I would think that everybody would want to experience that, right? Like, everybody would want to have that. But I'm not telling you go out there and just start having babies with any random person, because that's why we have the shit we have today, right? That's why stuff is the way it is today. You got all these people like single parent households, and I was raised by a single mom. I was 100% raised by a single mom through and through. And luckily, my mom's a little she's a little crazy, right? So it helped me. I didn't have a father figure in my life, right? But it helped me that my mother was a little thrown off. Like, she's with the shits. Like, to this day, Like to this day, right now, my mom will still like she'll fight somebody. Like she will get up and fight somebody. So that's why it helped me. You know, when I was younger, I never got bullied. I never got beat up like that or nothing like that. I mean, I've always been one of the bigger persons in my school, but still, you know, like I never had any problems with that because I remember the first fist fight I ever had as a child when I was younger. I'm getting off my school bus and somebody threw something at me, and you know we're arguing off the bus, and I get off, and my mom tells the little boy, "Get your ass off the bus. Y'all come fight back here in the backyard." My mom, I was scared. I was young. I was scared. But my mom told me, "You're gonna go. You're gonna fight him, and if you don't, when I get inside, if you don't, when we go inside, I'm gonna whoop your ass worse." And I was scared of her, so I got my ass out there and I fought. But then, you know, it made me tough. It made me better. It made me a better person. I wasn't scared. I never had to deal with that growing up, and I never had to worry about that now with my children because it's crazy how I see children getting bullied in school nowadays. Like the level of bullying is so crazy. Like, and, you know, and I used to hang around kids that were the bully. Like I used to see people getting bullied and shit. And I'm just like, when I went to school, right? I'm 35 now, so you know I graduated in '05. But the level of bullying that there is today, that shit is crazy. It'll make a grown up probably go and cry and be depressed and do all that suicidal thoughts and shit like that. Because with the internet and cell phones and social media, how these kids bully these kids nowadays, it's crazy, man. It really is. Like, I would go as far as to say that every single school in the entire United States, every single school needs to have somebody, or if not a whole team of people working in the school just to strictly for bullying or for people going through shit like that, right? Like there should be a whole crew of people at the school that go around, and all the teachers know who the bullies are. It's well known throughout the entire school what students are the bad ones who always do the bad shit, right? Like everyone knows who the bullies are. So there should be a crew of workers in the school monitoring these students all day. And before shit starts to happen, or before they let a kid get bullied that might potentially go home and take his own life, like y'all can stop this shit, right? Like you can have you know, there's certain PE coaches that, like the males in school, there's certain PE coaches that we would always respect, right? Because you know they was the cool one. We always knew like they were like the, you know, the more hip teacher or the coach, and you know they would talk to the students like if they were their friends and stuff, right? We all respected that one teacher. So why can't we have a teacher or you know, some type of an adult in the school that's gonna go on when he sees the bully about to be a bully, you stop that shit. You know, you go over there and tell him, get your little ass over here, but you're not gonna do that over here, boy. Like I wouldn't mind as a parent an older male talking to my son like that, right? Which they would never have to. But if my son's out of line and doing shit like that, then yeah, you know, they say it takes a village, right? What difference is it in the school? It takes a village. And you know, the teachers already got enough to deal with trying to teach the students, right? That's all they're supposed to be doing, is teach them whatever it is, a subject, or you know, the whatever it is they're supposed to teach them. That's it, nothing more. You've seen how big these kids are. Hey man, bro, these kids are my size, bro, right? And I'm like in middle school. This shit's crazy. This shit's crazy. I'm 6'2", 240 pounds, right? And I was almost this size in middle school. So I was always one of the bigger students. Man, these students are bigger than me now in middle school and high school. This shit is crazy. So, you know, it's dangerous. That's when you're getting into some dangerous territory there, when these big ass kids want to click up together and pick on someone's child. That's scary, man. And another reason why I homeschool my children. You know, I don't want my babies to get bullied. But if they were, then let's just save ourselves the trouble now, because I'll go up there and tear that whole goddamn school up. The teachers, parents, students, and all of them everyone can get it. No one's gonna bully my children, and I would make sure of that. But it's like you can't stop it, right? You cannot stop something like that's gonna happen if you leave your child somewhere for 7-8 hours a day and you don't know what's going on, right? Like, it's almost impossible to stop it. You can only prepare your child the best that you can to go and put them in the lion's den, right? That's all you can do. But man, these kids are big. But man, you ain't lying. These kids are big, man. A lot of them be big for nothing though, right? A lot of big lazy children who don't want to go outside and get their hands dirty, that type of stuff. But everyone's on social media and shit. That's another scary part. The social media stuff. Like, you can't stop nothing from your children seeing or being exposed to. You just can't do it, right? Like, that's why it's so hard being a good parent. But I try my best to not have my children exposed to certain things. Okay, so when you leave your child in school, all the kids gotta have cell phones now, right? And you don't want to leave your child out because your child's gonna be like all down and out because everyone else has a cell phone. I can't have one. Okay, so you're gonna get them a cell phone. You could put all the restrictions on it you want. There's always gonna be them little savage ass kids in school whose parents ain't shit. The kids ain't shit. So they're gonna be there trying to make your children be not shit, right? Like, they're gonna be showing them inappropriate stuff. They're gonna be all the kids in school know all the TikTok dances, all the ones that the little girls do that's inappropriate as shit. They all want to do it. It's all cool, right? Parents be right there along with them too. There's all TikTok and Instagram and Twitter with them, right? Together. These parents be having their children on their social media, right? This shit's crazy. This shit is crazy. But if I got something to do about it, then there's gonna be something done about it, right? Until I'm no longer here. Because, like I said, y'all, ain't nothing more beautiful than having children. In my opinion, there ain't nothing more beautiful, nothing better. It's the best thing that you could ever ask for. It ain't easy. It's hard, right? But if you don't believe me and you don't have no children right now, you remember this right now. Because after it happens, I promise you, the moment they come out in the hospital and y'all doing all the high-fiving and celebrating with each other, y'all gonna be like, damn, what was I thinking? Why I didn't want, of course I want this. Like, I remember to be like, I told you, right? The guy with the best beard on YouTube told y'all. And that is a fact, yo. It can't be disputed. I do have the best beard on YouTube. But I just wanted to come and shoot the shit with y'all for a little bit. Tell you what was on my mind. I ain't got much else to do tonight. I'm finna go in there, probably get some Nerf guns with some bullets. Go play some Nerf gun, maybe like a Nerf battle with my children, right? I do that a lot. I'm like a big old kid too, right? Like, it's also a good thing because we get to go to the toy aisles and like, I'm a big ass kid. I see the newest Nerf gun, I want them too. RC cars, drones, all that shit. Like, I want all that too, right? And I have fun doing it as well. Like, I like flying kites, right? I'm a big ass dude. Is how I look too. I'll be out there flying kites. I'll be that parent up there on the playground. I will go and climb the top of the playground. If I see a little kid being disrespectful to my children, I'll go over there and nudge his little ass. And get your little ass away from my babies, boy. I don't play that, like, at all. And I'm willing to take whatever consequences, whatever comes my way for that. I'm willing to deal with it. How the youngins say nowadays, I stand on business, right? But now, whatever happened to that other person earlier who said something about she was cheated on after 5 years? If you love him, you want to work it out, you work it out with him, right? Don't listen to what no one says. Don't worry about whether or not people are going to talk down on you because you take them back. Don't worry about your family. Don't worry about what anyone's going to say about it, right? Because in the end, they ain't going to be the ones there with you at night laying down with you, right? Or building a family with you. No one's going to be there with you. So only you can decide that. But you're not wrong for taking them back. You're not stupid for taking them back. He's stupid for doing what he did, right? And hurting you. He's stupid for that. But we're not perfect. People mess up. People make mistakes. Everyone's stupid sometimes. But I may have reacted too quickly and told you, you never do what you don't want to do, right? If you do love him, he shows remorse, work it out. Talk to him about it. I don't agree with whole therapy. I don't agree with the whole life coach thing and counseling and all that. Me personally, maybe sometimes people do benefit from that, and people do need it, right? Maybe it does help people. But when it comes to my life, my marriage, unless you're like a fly on the wall who's there all day, every day, and sees the entire dynamic, both sides, nobody can give me advice on what I need to do, right? I can hear people out. I always listen to my elders, people who I respect, who I admire. I always listen to them. I take advice all the time. I ask for help all the time, right? But in the end, you got to do what's best for you, because nobody else is, right? No one's gonna be there for you the way you are for yourself. And the whole thing you're trying to do is, obviously you was with them for 5 years, so you wanted to build a relationship foundation with them, right? No one's gonna be there for y'all the way y'all are. People are young. He's probably young, right? We make mistakes. Men make mistakes. Men can be dumb sometimes. I get it. I know. I'm a man. I'll be doing bullshit, right? I'll be fucking up. But if a man shows you that he loves you and he's willing to like how they say, like for real, ride or die. If you found someone like that, you can't let something like that mess it up. You can't make what people think, what people are gonna say about it, what you think people are gonna think about you. You can't let that bother you, right? Because all your homegirls are gonna be like, "Oh, leave him, girl. Leave his ass," right? They're probably all single. You don't want to keep being friends with people like that all the time. They just want to go out every weekend, and they're gonna be 35, 40, and y'all still always going out on the weekends, girls' night. Nah, don't do that. You gotta look out for you first. You gotta worry about yourself. But that's all I really had to say to y'all, man. Ain't shit going on for me. I'm finna go inside and eat. If y'all don't know, I love some tacos. I love tacos, like on some real shit. I could eat tacos like every single day. I'm lying. Maybe not every single day, but 3 to 4 times a week I could eat tacos. And I'm finna go play with my babies for a little bit and call it a night, right? Do it all over again tomorrow. But that's all I had though, y'all. Like I always say, man, I always tell y'all, whoever comes over here and rocks with me and watches me, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Because without the people, you ain't got shit right here on YouTube, right? If there's no viewers, you ain't got a YouTube channel. So every single one of y'all, man, I really do appreciate y'all coming over here and rocking with me. And don't let the media fool you. They are the enemy of the people, all right? Enemy of the people. Media. All the media outlets. Radio, broadcast, internet, especially the news, all right? They are the enemy. Just thank you for coming on live. Like, man, I needed this. Nice to find your channel, Taco Light. Hey, from the UK, man. Oh, that's what's up, man. Man, that's what's up. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. And just remember, watch whatever you watch on the media, on TV, take it with a grain of salt, y'all. Because them fools be lying, all right? Propaganda is legal, and it's a thing, and they will lie to you. If they think it's for your benefit, they will lie to you. Nobody can tell you it's for your benefit, man. So y'all keep your eyes open. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay safe out there.